Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how I make my mini upside down pineapple cakes. They're really easy, they're really delicious, and I think pineapple upside down cake is such an American classic that I'm pretty sure everyone you know will know what it is and love it if they grew up eating it. The ingredients you'll need are very few and basics. You'll need some all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt, granulated sugar, some unsalted butter that I have melted, but you can always have it at room temperature as well. An egg, I've got some pineapple juice, I've got some maraschino cherries, and I've got some canned pineapple rings along with some brown sugar, some unsalted butter, and some vanilla extract. Okay, let's get started. I'm actually just gonna grab a little spoon because we're gonna make like the little caramel at the bottom of the pineapple cakes right in here. I have my oven preheated at 350, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little mini cake pan here. Now this is a little pan that makes little cakes. You can find it online, that's where I get mine. And I'm just dividing my butter evenly in the bottom of each one. And then I'm just going to take some of the brown sugar and divide the mixture evenly. And then what I'm going to do, so instead of starting this on the stove top, I'm going to just pop this into the oven and it's going to melt the two together and it's going to do the job for me. So I can save on washing up an extra pot, which is nice, and gets things done a little bit faster. Okay, into the oven this goes for just a few minutes or until everything is melted. In the meantime, we'll get going on making the batter. In my measuring jug here, I'm going to add in my butter. Now you could do the butter at room temperature and just kind of cream it together with the sugar. I happened to just melt it because it was easy, so I did that. And I'm just going to mix those two together really quickly. It doesn't take very long at all. And I'm going to add in the egg along with the vanilla extract. These are so easy, it's insane. I mean, but they're so good and they're so retro, I feel. Like pineapple upside down cake is such a classic. I feel like, it's true, everyone I know knows what it is and loves it. And it's easy, easy, easy. They're pretty, just like it. This is the juice that the canned pineapple rings came from. I didn't buy mine in syrup, mine are in juice. So I'm gonna use some of this juice. I'm gonna use half of it now and see if I'm gonna need the remaining half. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I'm going to take my dry ingredients here with my baking powder and salt. I'm going to pour in my wet mixture and then mix these together. If I feel like my batter is a little on the thick side, then I'll add the remaining quarter cup, which I'm going to for sure. Might as well just add it all in, of the pineapple juice. Just going to carefully put a pineapple slice at the bottom of each one. Fits perfectly. You can also just smush it around to fit. Careful not to burn yourself. Safety first as always. You can see that the butter has melted, the sugar melted a bit, but not totally, because this is going to take more time in the oven anyway, so it'll get the job done. And then traditional, like regular pineapple upside down cake, a maraschino cherry in the center of each one. And I just use an ice cream scoop to dollop my batter on top of each little cake. Okay, that might come out a little bit smaller than the rest, but that's okay. Popping this into the oven at 350 for about, I'd say maybe 20-25 minutes. Could take a little longer, could take a little less. Keep an eye on them, and I'll show you what to do as soon as they come out. My cakes baked for exactly 25 minutes. I just took them out of the oven, and they've been out of the oven for about 5 minutes, and you don't want to wait any longer than this. And you want to make sure you run your knife around them to loosen them up a bit. You want them to sit for 5 minutes and 5 minutes only. And then I'm just going to take a baking pan or baking sheet that I've lined with parchment. Otherwise, the caramel can stick to the baking dish, and it just becomes hard to take off. And then all you do, careful that this is hot. Let's see. Oh, but this one came out. Okay, that should be good. Yep, they're beautiful little cakes. Beautiful little cakes. How lovely are those? Now you do need to let them cool completely. And now, because I didn't want to make a mess on my platter, I invert them onto a baking sheet that's been lined with parchment, because then all I got to do is throw it out. And then our little cakes are going to need to cool completely, but that's really about it. They're very simple and they're very easy and they're really beautiful. Perfect for a dinner party. I just love them. I don't know, I'm so geeky. That one came out a little bit small and that one is really big. I know. Listen, we all know I don't like to decorate because I don't know how. We all know I have no patience. And we all know I just go right in for the kill, which is, I just like the food, I like to eat. But these look absolutely beautiful. Look at that, look at the caramel around. Now you do need to let these cool completely before you cut into them, but I'm not gonna make you waste your time. I'm just gonna cut a piece right there. And I'm gonna get that caramel. Perfectly pineapple-y. I love those. That's really about it. Laura, that is really yummy. I'm gonna go back for more when it's cold. LauraInTheKitchen.com will have the recipe for you. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me, guys. Let me know what other American classic you want to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.